Okay, so you can do it. Something like that, sure. Okay. Isn't that from like Grown Ups or something like that?
Were you recording when you did that?
I was. Boy, we set our standards really low if we're excited that we did that and it was recorded.
No, we don't. We set them high.
Okay. Anyway, we got a problem here. There's 20 of them in here. Isn't that right? Said we got a problem in here. There's about 20 of you in here.
Yep, that's
Huh?
right.
Huh? Isn't that right? Right? Okay. Anyway, so what are the results of a cross between a roan heifer and his polled? One of the things that I had noticed on your evaluation is if it said something or making reference to a hybrid, it probably said it after the coat color. So it's talking about this trait, not the coat color, okay? So the roan heifer is polled, and the bull is also a roan, and then is scurred. So when we talk about this, I always tell people that I enjoy talking about cattle when it comes to genetics, and that is no bull, okay? So with that, I don't know. That's, yeah, see? It's no, well, I guess there is a bull there. Yeah. All right. Anyway. Okay. So what is our roan genotype? So it's a big R and a little r, okay? But not only is it just one for coat color, it's the bull and the heifer, okay? Oh, that's not right. That could be some of your people's handwriting, yeah? Because sometimes your R's look like your H's, okay? Now, what does it mean if the heifer here is polled? What two alleles are there? Now, why are you correct? Because what happens if you see that?
It has no horns.
If it has this? It's recessive.
No, it's horn.
This would be horned then, okay? So then that takes care of our heifer. Now, the bull who's roan and then is scurred. What are our two alleles for the scurred trait? Big H and little h. Now, one of the things I was telling the class last period, since this is a hybrid, okay, this roan coat color, what can you presume about the possible outcomes for any one of the squares that you're going to see? Will you see all the different coat colors that are possible?
No.
Yes. Okay. Now that's different if we did a roan and a charlet. Okay. You will not see any red poles out of that because there's no results that give you two capital R's. So sometimes when we understand that, you can use that towards your advantage then. Okay, so now we've got our alleles or our traits for our cross. Okay, then we need to FOIL that out. Okay.
Wait, do you want us to find the genotype or the phenotype?
Phenotype. If it doesn't say that, maybe it should. We want you to do the phenotype. And try to give yourself plenty of room, okay? Because then your alleles won't be so hunched up together and it's easier to read. So we FOIL this out, okay? We have big R and what?
Big H.
Okay? Then we do the outside terms. Big R and big H, okay? Now we do the inside. Little r and, okay? And then finally our last one. Okay? So let's FOIL out across the top now. Big R and big R and little r and then last one. Okay. We knew what you meant. Okay. All right. So now we just go ahead and put these in here, and it doesn't matter whether you go down or whether you go across. Okay. Big R, big R, big H, big H. Okay. Then big R, big H, little h. Okay. Okay. I did one incorrectly just to see if anybody caught it. It is in this row.
It's the little R.
Okay. Yes, it should be two big R's. I did that on purpose. You can believe what you want. That's why I knew right where it was. It was in this row. All right. So then we've got big R and then little r. And then where's our big H? Little h. What the H? All right. So then big R, little r, two big H's. Okay. Okay. And then once you get these all filled out, okay, to keep yourself from backtracking, I would suggest that you mark them off as we go. Okay, so just pick out any square. Typically we just start here. Two big R's and two big H's. What is that? No.
Red pole.
Red pole. I don't know what it is because that might not even show up on the camera. No, not very well. Greens just do not work very well. It's not representing John Deere very well, is it? So we say red pole. Actually, we could just say RP. Okay, we know what that means. RP and two capital H's. Is that pulled or is that horns or is that skirt? It's pulled or no horns. Okay, so then we know that we've got one. Okay, then what do we have here? It's a red pole, but what's true about that one?
It's skirt.
This one is skirred then. So we know we've got one of them so far. And here we have a hybrid for coat color. So it is a roan, and it is pulled or no horns. We've got one of them. And then this last one. The coat color is roan, and it's a hybrid for horns. So it is skirred. We've got one of them. Okay? We got two big R's, two big H's, just like what we had there. So we know that is red pole and what? Okay? And then next to it, we've got red pole and, okay? We've got roan and what? Roan and pulled. And here we've got roan and, okay? Here we've got roan and, I did. Oh, it was roan in pulled. Okay, that one. Okay. Roan and scurred. We've got different coat color. Charlet. And what's the horn trait? It's pulled or no horns. So we've got one of them so far. Charlet and scurred. We've got one of them so far. What's this? Roan and... Okay. This one is roan and... And here we've got Charlet and then finally Charlet and... I did that wrong. You're correct when you say scurred. I put the wrong letter in there. Okay, so Charlet and scurred. There we go. So one way we can possibly try to see if that is correct, all these numbers need to add up to what?
16.
2, 4, and 8 gives you 12, 14, 16. So we hope that that is correct. Okay, and like I told last hour as well, okay, I can't document papers if they're either not turned in or if we are gone, it goes in as missing after 1 or 2 days, something to that effect, and it stays missing until it gets handed in. Some of you are probably aware of that because you get some emails from time to time that says, you've got a missing assignment, okay? Turn it in if you want credit. I mean, if we don't, that's altogether a different type of situation. All right, so I understand, yes, there's going to be a glare about right here. So that is Charlet and pulled. There's 2 of them. Charlet and scurred, and there's 2 of those as well. Okay, we've got one more day of review. Exam part 1 on Thursday is multiple choice questions as well as what we read yesterday. Okay, probably the 3 most important questions that we went over. The answers were yogurt, CRISPR, and something 9, Cas9. Now, we don't ask you to explain this, but why is Cas9 so important?
Programs DNA.
Because you can take that and program a specific type of DNA. Now, again, what I think is something that hasn't been answered yet, is that ethically moral or correct to do that? Well, everyone can weigh in on that and say, well, if we are curing diseases, whether it's sickle cell anemia, muscular dystrophy, or cancer really is a disease, it's more so of a disorder that unfortunately happens. We can do that, but should we? And sometimes it might depend upon, well, what side of the coin you might be on, okay? We all hope that no one in here gets diagnosed with cancer. That can be whether it's yourselves, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, or even for those of you who are going to move on to be husbands, wives, fathers, mothers, okay? All of those aspects. Okay, but that is moving forward in the future. Front row, are we on the bus here? Middle row, are we on the bus? Middle row. And back row. Okay, so again, if you're nodding your head yes, and you're doing this, you are saying that you understand this. And that's great, okay? We're working our way to understanding this. That's all I have. We'll catch up to you next time.